It's too late for me to move to another state, so I like it here, and I'm going to stay.
Damage estimates in Bound Brook top $40 million. Because of earlier floods, people here still swamped with loans. City Councilman Frank Bruno says loans won't do it this time. They need cash.
They're nervous that we're only going to get loans. They really need grants.
But one critic says helping flood-prone towns like Bound Brook rebuild time and again is a waste of taxpayers' money.
We need to learn from our experience with repetitive disasters that these are places that we cannot permanently, or anyone can permanently expect to be.
The price of rebuilding in nature's path, more than $4 billion a year in flood losses, an all-time high. In the past 25 years, over $140 billion federal tax dollars spent preparing and recovering from disasters.
One way to manage those risks is begin to reduce the subsidies that are inherent in many programs that tend to encourage people when they shouldn't.
Programs like National Flood Insurance. According to a study by the National Wildlife Federation, 40% of damage payments go to people who've had at least one claim. Repetitive flood losses cost NFIP an average of $200 million a year. A serious drain, FEMA concedes, but FEMA Insurance Administrator Joanne Howard points out,
To leave those people without a means of recovery would be to shift the focus over to local, state, and disaster programs, which isn't a very well thought out plan either.
Critics also point the finger at Congress, bowing to constituent pressure, saying yes to rebuilding in beautiful but disaster-prone areas. But at least one congressman, Earl Blumenauer, has had enough.
The federal taxpayer should not be paying for people to live in places where God repeatedly has shown that he does not want them.
He's sponsoring a bill to reform the program, authorizing $400 million in federal grants to help flood victims rebuild, but someplace else, or to elevate and flood-proof their homes. Those who don't would have to pay bigger premiums, perhaps twice as much.
We should be concentrating our energies before the disaster occurs, rather than repeatedly trying to clean up afterwards.
With climatologists predicting a period of more intense storms, the cost of flood relief could skyrocket. But for Sophie Doknowski and many other flood victims, it's money well spent. Ann Thompson, NBC News, Chicago.
Coming up next, Lifeline. Reusing medical equipment that is supposed to be disposable. Are you at risk? And later, every art collector's dream. Could this be a masterpiece bought for a song? Is it a real Monet?
As an educator, I wanted our architect to see this school with an 8-year-old's wonder. Could he create a launching pad for imaginations, where the environment itself is a teacher, and boredom has nowhere to hide?
When you want an architect to build on your vision, call a member of the American Institute of Architects.
This is more than a building. Miracles happen here.
AIA Architects, building on your vision.
Why nasal cramp? Look at me. I'm not sneezing, but I'm not drowsy. I'm not stuffy, but I'm not jittery. Nasal Cramp's incredible. It prevents allergies with none of these side effects. Nasal Cramp. The best way to stop suffering is never to start.
We're gonna change your mind about coloring your gray with the natural look of Just for Men.
You look so natural, no one can tell with Just for Men. No one can tell with Just for Men.
Just for Men penetrates hair deep inside where natural color begins. Simply apply, and in 5 minutes, rinse. Gray is gone, matched up to the rest of your hair.
You look so natural, no one can tell with Just for Men.
Have you tried these yet? Specialized blends from one a day. Not just herbs. Herbs, vitamins, and minerals for things like memory. Have you seen my keys? Where are the keys? 83. And energy. Excuse me. Even tension and mood. Help your body help itself with one-a-day specialized blends. They're just what you need to feel your best.
Got heartburn caused by acid reflux? Only Gaviscon forms a soothing protective barrier that keeps acid down. Pepsid AC and Zantac 75 can't do that. Gaviscon. It helps keep acid down where it belongs.
I know you've all heard the testimonials and you're saying, yes, Gene, by unleashing the power of visualization, I can change my life. But what, Gene? What can I visualize to become a leader? A giant among my peers, while achieving a sense of inner calm. Close your eyes and picture yourself as this.
The Accord from Honda. It's one powerful car.
Friday, the last summer concert of the year, live outside Studio 1A. Sting, brought to you by the incredible edible egg, only on Today. It's like Today, only later. Later today, weekdays on NBC.
In Texas tonight, a second white supremacist has been convicted in the brutal murder of a black man, James Byrd, last year. Took the jury just 4 hours to find Lawrence Brewer guilty of capital murder for dragging Byrd to death behind a pickup truck. That same jury is expected to decide tomorrow whether Brewer should be sentenced to death or life in prison. It was a quiet day on Wall Street with many people observing the holiday of Yom Kippur. The Dow managed a gain of more than 20 points in light trading. NASDAQ was up 16.5 points today. Time now for a Lifeline and a growing practice in hospitals and doctors' offices, reusing medical instruments that are supposed to be disposable. Is this a harmless way to keep costs down or a threat to your health? NBC's chief science correspondent is Robert Bazell.
When Dr. Jose Nazari inserts this catheter or wire into a patient's heart to help clear the arteries, the patient rarely realizes the same wire actually has been used before on someone else, even though the manufacturer intends it to be used once only and thrown away. It is a growing practice in medicine involving all sorts of supposedly disposable items, from angioplasty balloons to surgical sutures. Dr. Nazari and others say recycling disposable instruments is safe.
Our patients have had very good outcomes, no different with reused than with first-use catheters.
But not so fast, say others. While there's no evidence that recycling harms patients, some doctors say it's a risk they won't take.
This is a decision that each physician has to make when he takes responsibility for his patients. It's my feeling, I use the mother test. Would I let my mother have this procedure with a reused device? And I won't.
Why reuse a disposable medical device? The answer? Money, pure and simple.
We cut the cost of catheters in a procedure from approximately $4,000 to approximately $2,000.
Some hospitals recycle the disposable equipment themselves. Many others send it to companies like Vanguard Medical Concepts that sterilize and test each piece. It's a rapidly growing industry.
Reprocessing and reusing the medical devices is perfectly legal. The FDA has no objection, and there is no requirement that the patient be told.
Not surprisingly, the companies that make the original disposable equipment oppose recycling, but for now at least, they can do nothing to stop it. The companies that recycle say they are actually performing a public service.
The hospitals, the money they're saving in reprocessing is allowing them to provide more patient care and more patient services.
An end to costly wastefulness or an unnecessary risk to patients. FDA officials say they're watching the practice, but have no plans for now to stop it. Robert Bazell, NBC News, New York.
Overseas now, troops, the vanguard of the United Nations peacekeeping force, taking up positions tonight in East Timor, the first wave of an international force. More than 7,000 troops fanned out across the devastated capital of Dili. They met little resistance. A small advance team of U.S. Marines also flew in to see where American peacekeepers can provide the most help. For a time, Raisa Gorbachev was one of the best-known women in the world, the wife of the man who began historic changes in the Soviet Union. But when she died early this morning of leukemia, she was in a German hospital, a long way from the glory days in the Kremlin. Before Raisa Gorbachev, the wives of Soviet leaders were neither seen nor heard. So in 1985, a startling break with the past when the newly elected Mikhail Gorbachev began appearing everywhere with his wife.
This was someone who represented the country. This was the First Lady. There was no two ways about it.
Just as Gorbachev represented a new breed of Soviet leader, younger, charismatic, more accessible, Raisa Gorbachev seemed more like an American First Lady with her stylish clothes and her very public presence. At the time, her American counterpart was Nancy Reagan. As their husbands began to lay a foundation for the end of the Cold War, a new chill developed between the First Ladies. Recently, I asked Nancy Reagan about that. And what did you think of Raisa?
Well, we had our problems. She tended to lecture you. And after a while, you get tired of being lectured.
Like her husband, Raisa Gorbachev was popular overseas. But just about everything the world liked about Mrs. Gorbachev irritated ordinary Russians, many of them fighting for survival. They didn't appreciate a First Lady who attended Paris fashion shows.
People felt that she didn't know her place, that she was playing the role of co-president or something. What I loved about the situation was that Gorbachev stuck by her.
When Gorbachev and his family were put under house arrest during a failed coup, Raisa was outraged and terrified. As her husband lost power and standing with the Russian people, she reportedly underwent treatment for depression. In recent years, she has traveled with Gorbachev on his Western speaking tours, but those trips were a long way from the glory days when Raisa Gorbachev, a proud and well-educated woman, fully expected to be at her husband's side as he led Russia into a new age and a new century. When Gorbachev was at the height of his power, I asked whether he discussed Soviet policies with his wife. He said he discussed everything with her, everything. However, when that interview was broadcast in Moscow, someone in the Kremlin edited out that exchange about Raisa. I'll be right back.
Raisin Bran, huh?
Yeah. Hey, what's going on?
That Raisin Bran has less than half your folic acid for the day. Even less of your zinc.
That's a weenie breakfast, Frank.
There's almost no vitamin E at all. Looks like you need total Raisin Bran. Just one bowl gives you 100% of 10 important vitamins and minerals you need for the day. No other Raisin Bran comes close.
Attaboy, Frank.
And there's room for my spoon.
Total Raisin Bran, total cornflakes. What are you getting for breakfast?
5 things to consider about the Chevy Impala. It's new. It starts under $20,000. It's designed, engineered, and built to be carefree. It's at your Chevy dealer now. It's received the highest frontal crash rating possible. 5 stars from the federal government. The new Chevy Impala. As USA Today put it, it's a lot more car than you imagine, at a lower price than you expect. The new Chevy Impala.
Let's go for a drive.
You can't live without water. Can you live without art? The bold look of Kohler.
That meeting is going to start whether I get rid of this headache or not. So I took something stronger, something faster. I took Advil liquid gels. They're stronger and faster on tough pain than extra-strength Tylenol. It makes sense that they are. Liquid gels are the only pain reliever with liquid inside. Nobody else has that. Nobody. So when you want something that's faster on tough headaches than Tylenol, take Advil liquid gels. Pain relief that's stronger and faster.
It's time. Time for your heartburn to kick in because your heartburn relief gave out. It happens 2 or more days a week, even though you've treated it and changed your diet. That frequent, persistent heartburn may be due to acid reflux disease, potentially serious.
It's Prilosec time. Time to see your doctor about prescription Prilosec. Your results may vary, but for many people, Prilosec provides 24 hours of complete heartburn relief with 1 daily dose. Ask your doctor for more information about Prilosec and if it's right for you. The most common side effects are headache, diarrhea, and abdominal pain. 24 hours of complete heartburn relief is possible. It's Prilosec time.
They're always in the spotlight, and now there's a show that shines as brightly as they do.
Headliners and Legends with Matt Lauer premieres September 27th on MSNBC.
CNBC's Maria Bartiromo brings what she heard on the floor to Street Signs. Then Raman Sama takes you to the closing bell. Street Signs, weekdays at CNBC.
It is every bargain hunter's dream. Find a nice oil painting in an antique store, and could it be a masterpiece by one of the greatest impressionists? That's what's being asked in Nebraska tonight and online around the world. Welcome to the frenzied world of cyberspace auction sites. NBC's Bob Faw now on Monet and money.
Today in Lincoln, Nebraska, two guys who call themselves art lovers were so excited they could scarcely speak.
A whirlwind. Oh, I can't talk.
Last October, they strolled into Diane Swanson's antique shop and there saw Monet's Boats on the Banks of Genevieve, painted in 1875, which she let them buy for just $225 because she thought it was a copy. It couldn't possibly be a real Monet.
Oh, I hoped it would be, but I had a couple of appraisers look at it, and they assured me it wasn't, so...
So imagine her surprise and theirs when they put it on the eBay auction site, and New Jersey art collector Mark Borghi offered to buy it, if it's authentic, for nearly $1.8 million. Yes, million.
I think the painting has a 50-50 shot at being the picture as described in the catalog.
In other words, it just might be a fake. And if it is real, how on earth did it end up in Nebraska?
This year, 6,000 disgruntled customers have complained to the Federal Trade Commission about cyberspace auctions, up from just 300 a year ago. But the granddaddy of all those auction sites insists it's done nothing wrong.
There are unhappy customers, and there are very rare cases of fraud, but those are less than 1/100th of 1%.
Rankin and Neiman withdrew the painting when the auction did not reach their $3 million target. If it's authentic, say the experts, the painting could be worth 3 times that much. Still,
for something of this quality and size to disappear with no trace for a number of years and then reappear is strange.
But for two erstwhile collectors, it could be the bonanza of a lifetime.
I'm not conventional, and I dig in, and I will not give up.
Got to take that chance when you have something of this magnitude. You've got to go all the way with it.
The goal of two men who admit they don't know much about art, but who do know what they like. Bob Faw, NBC News, Washington.
Quick update now on our top story for this evening. In Taiwan, an earthquake measuring 7.6 on the Richter scale struck in the middle of the night. It's now Tuesday morning early in Taiwan. They're still assessing the damage, but the numbers of those who are dead, injured, and missing growing with every hour. Continuing coverage, of course, on this story throughout the night on NBC and on MSNBC. That's Nightly News for Monday. Don't forget Dateline tonight at 10, 9 Central. I'm Tom Brokaw, and I'll see you back here tomorrow night.
Nightly News is a presentation of NBC News. More Americans watch NBC News than any other news organization in the world. From KGW, where the news comes first, this is Northwest News Channel 8 at 6.
Inside a Washington courtroom, a woman is accused of killing her boyfriend's child. Police say it was a deadly case of abuse, and a relative describes a pattern of violence.
This wasn't the first abuse. I mean, it's been going on almost constantly since her mother died.
Hello, I'm Joe Donlin. And I'm Russ Lewis. Tracy and Carol are both off tonight. Our top story, police say the 4-year-old victim showed signs of a lifetime of abuse. The woman accused of killing her went before a judge in Kelso this afternoon. News Channel 8's Tina Kim is live outside the courtroom now with our story. Tina?
Russ, Tammy Matters is in the Cowlitz County Jail. Her bail, $2 million. Jennifer Kell's grandmother says 3 months ago...
Improving the